I swear that me being polite is going to get me killed one day. So, kids, this may seem like a weird thing to say, but it's a thought which occurs to me regularly. I don't like to be a bother. I don't want people to have to go out of their way to do something for me. I like to be very self-sufficient with what I do. And this occurs throughout all walks of life, unless someone offers me a coffee, and then in that case, you know, bring me a coffee, you've offered me one, stop tempting me, you dark minx. But it means that I often turn things down. For instance, if someone says to me, would you like a sandwich, and I know that they're not having a sandwich, I don't want them to go out of their way to have to make me a sandwich, so I'll probably turn that sandwich down, even if I'm hungry. It means the likelihood is I will hold the door for someone who is walking behind me, even though I'm in front of them and deserve the right to go through that door, which means if there was prizes on the other side of the door and it was first come first serve, I would probably be late because I'd be busy holding the door for everyone. I don't like to brush past people. I kind of move aside when we're on the pavement. Generally, it's me who moves, because why not? In a sense, I avoid confrontation that way, but it's just me being polite. The problem with this is that whilst I'm being polite, it can lead to situations where I really put myself in jeopardy because I'm being polite. I'll give you an example, because it'd be bad for me to talk about a subject without one. I was in a car the other day with some friends. We were going off to do some filming, which I'm currently doing. I'm a freelance filmmaker, alongside other things which I do. And I couldn't find the connector thing for the seatbelt because they'd recently had the back seats down in their car, so it got trapped underneath. But I couldn't find the connector thing, and rather than saying, hey, do you mind if we don't set off just yet, I can't find this connector, can we have a look, I'll plug it in, I just held the seatbelt across me, which is extremely bad car etiquette. I should have told them, no, we need to stop, the vehicle shouldn't be in motion whilst I'm not strapped in, because if we crash I will die. But I didn't want to do that because it would have made our journey longer, we would have had to pull over, they would have had to put the seats down to be able to find it, because I don't know how to put the seats down, it's their car. So I just kind of held the seat across me and, you know, that was it. Getting back to the point, so I was in a dangerous situation because I was too polite to interrupt them and say, you know, we need to kind of sort this. Which is weird, because when working on a project or something, if something needs to be done, I don't care. I just tell people that it needs to be done. But when it comes to my own safety and own well-being, nah, not gonna happen. And I guess in a way it could save me sometime. For instance, if I was in a hostage situation and everyone was like, oh, who wants to be the first hostage who, you know, is taken to the roof, I'd say, well, everyone else can go first. Whoever goes first gets killed first, but I just, you know, it's polite to say you guys go first. Look after the young people and the elders. Even if the elders and the young people don't respect you, I still do it. I don't care. It frustrates other people when people don't say thank you. It frustrates me, but not to such a degree, because I think, well, I should just do it anyway. Why not? I dread to think if I'm in a situation which requires me to be rude, or a situation where there's a choice between something which would require me to be maybe perhaps impolite and ask for something. I don't know. So you're in some sort of situation where you've got a bomb to defuse, and the only way you can defuse the bomb is by using a pair of wire cutters, but the guy across the room's using the wire cutters, and you don't want to go and inconvenience him by asking them for it, so perhaps you could just, I don't know, try and find a way around it, let the bomb explode. I just don't want to be an inconvenience. It's the same in restaurants. I hate being in restaurants which don't know what they're doing, because if something's wrong with my meal, I won't return that meal. I'll just eat that meal. The other part of this is that I worked in the restaurant industry, and it used to annoy me when people would return meals when there wasn't something wrong. But if there's something legitimately wrong with my meal, perhaps I ordered a steak rare and it came well done, that's a legitimate complaint about my meal. But this presents a whole set of problems, because I don't want to have to call across the waiting staff, because it's going to interrupt them from what they're doing in their daily job. They may be up to 1,000,001 things at once. I know how busy restaurants can get. I don't want to have to interrupt the kitchen staff because they're processing orders which aren't our orders, and they've continued on, and I'm in a world of complaint. I'm just going to sit there and eat my dry, overcooked steak because that's the polite thing to do. I don't know. This is why I need other people around me, confident people around me, because they can complain for me and they can say, hey, no, I'm not actually strapped into this motor vehicle, we probably should pull over. Does this make me a terrible person that would put my own life in jeopardy just because it's not polite not to? Maybe it's because I'm British. It worries me either way. Not so much worries. I don't want you to worry about me. That'd be impolite for me to make you worry about me worrying. Don't worry about me, I'll be fine. That's my general rule for everything. I'll be fine. I'll be fine, you know. Everyone else is okay, but I'll be fine. We're running out of oxygen in the room, and there's only one gas mask left. It's okay, you take that, I'll be fine. We're jumping from a plane which is on fire, it's going to crash into the Atlantic Ocean, and there's only one parachute left. But, you know, you take it, I'll be fine. I'll just crash. I'll survive. No, why not? Who's to say that I won't? I think it's a mix of politeness and sheer easygoing. Something inside of me does yell, tell someone about this. Do something. Stop just standing there with thinking, but it's interrupting their day. Just get on with it. That barrier in my brain doesn't tell me that. All my barrier in my brain just says, you know what? It's rude. Don't interrupt. Get on with your life. You can survive without a parachute. Just jump and see what happens. You can live without that last pancake in the entire world and all the food resources have gone and you haven't eaten in 2 months. But that old man seems to, need it more than you, even though he's overweight. So just give him that last pancake. Of course, this rule doesn't apply to coffee. If you try and take the last coffee, I will kill you. I'm serious. I'll talk to you guys later.